Imagine you're an astronaut standing at the airlock staring out at Venus, a world hidden beneath thick yellow clouds. This is not the paradise early astronomers dreamed of, but a planet more terrifying than we ever imagined. You open the door and step out, becoming the first human to touch Venus's surface. You have 5 seconds. But on Venus, 5 seconds is a lifetime of destruction. The temperature is hot enough to melt lead. The pressure is like being a kilometer under the ocean. The air is a toxic brew of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid. Your spacesuit, built for space or Mars, is useless here. For a brief moment, you witness the most extreme environment in the solar system. Venus is not just a planet, it's a dynamic, violent world that challenges our very definition of habitability. The Soviet Venera probe survived only minutes before being destroyed, sending back images of a scorched wasteland. Venus is Earth's twin in size, but its path led to a hellish fate. The dream of exploring Venus is a testament to human curiosity, but the reality is a step into an inferno. The universe is filled with wonders and dangers. And now you stand in one of the most dangerous places ever discovered. The countdown begins. 5, 4, 3. Second one. The instant your boot touches Venus's surface, the heat is overwhelming 465 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt metal. Your spacesuit vaporizes in a puff of smoke. Venus's thick carbon dioxide atmosphere traps heat in a runaway greenhouse effect, turning the planet into a furnace. The air itself is a superheated fluid transferring energy with brutal efficiency. Your skin, eyes, and lungs would boil instantly. The suit's materials fuse to your body in a blink. There's no time to scream, the air in your lungs would rupture them from the inside. Death is instant, total, and absolute. Venus's heat is not just a feature, it's a weapon. In the first second, you are utterly destroyed. Compared to Venus, Mars and the Moon seem gentle. Here the planet attacks with ferocity, the rest is just physics. Second 2. As your remains are incinerated, Venus's crushing pressure takes over 90 times Earth's. It's like being a kilometer underwater, but it's the air itself crushing you. The dense atmosphere flows like a liquid, pressing from all directions. The Venera landers were built like submarines to survive this force. By the third second, any part of you not vaporized is pulverized. Bones snap, metal buckles, and the toxic air invades every crevice. Venus doesn't just kill, it obliterates. Mars's pressure is less than 1% of Earth's. Space is a vacuum. Venus is the opposite extreme, squeezing you out of existence. The forces here are geological and a human is nothing. By the third second, you're just carbonized dust. Venus's wrath is complete. Second 4. Now, Venus's corrosive atmosphere finishes the job. The air is saturated with sulfuric acid, a chemical that rips water from anything it touches. What's left of you is dissolved in a toxic vapor. Metals are etched away, organic matter vanishes in a puff of gas. Venus's air is a solvent, erasing all evidence of your visit. In the final second, the process is complete. Heat, pressure, and acid have worked together perfectly. Nothing remains. Your atoms are scattered by the slow winds. On the Moon, footprints last forever. On Venus, you're erased in moments. Your 5-second journey ends in total oblivion. Venus doesn't just kill, it erases. What does this brutal experiment teach us? Earth-like is rare and precious. Venus, our sister planet, took a different path. A slight change in distance and atmosphere turned it into a furnace. Venus is a cautionary tale. The habitable zone isn't enough. A planet's atmosphere and history shape its fate. Venus is not a failed Earth, it's a successful Venus. The universe is filled with extremes. Our blue planet is the exception. The violence of Venus inspires awe and reminds us of nature's power. Studying Venus teaches us about planetary death and life. Its runaway greenhouse effect warns us about our own climate. The story of Venus is a story about us, about the fragility of our existence. Venus is not a monster, just a planet obeying physics. By showing us the alternative, Venus reminds us our world is a rare sanctuary worth protecting.